But first, there are many inspiring stories among the athletes taking part in tonight's opening ceremony in Paris. Few, though, can be as remarkable as the comeback from middle distance runner Georgia Bell. She gave up competing after suffering a string of injuries, but after a 5-year break, she tried Parkrun, got back on the track and soon started smashing records. Well, Georgia started the year unranked and unsponsored. In just a few months, though, she has won the British Indoor and Outdoor 1500-metre championships and set the 4th quickest time ever in the 800-metre by a British athlete. She says it feels like it's unfinished business. Well, I spoke to Georgia as she prepares in Paris and began by asking her what competing in the Olympics means.
Feels amazing. I think for any athlete, going to the Olympics is kind of the pinnacle of the sport, so it feels incredible to be here and it's great to just be with the team and be in Paris, absolutely.
But Georgia, your journey here hasn't been the most conventional, has it? Because you'd actually stepped away from the sport, haven't you?
Yes, I would say it's not the journey that most people would have had. I was a good youngster, went to the US on a track scholarship, but ultimately didn't ever think I would be good enough to go to the Olympics, so fully quit. Didn't step on a track for about 5 years and then actually just got back into athletics in adulthood, working around a 9 to 5, got in contact with my old coach. And over the past couple of years, he's got me into track shape and got me to the Olympics. So an unconventional story, I guess you could say.
It was actually Parkrun, though, wasn't it? And the pandemic that essentially got you back on track.
Yeah, exactly. I think during the pandemic and COVID, when all you pretty much could do was an hour of exercise a day, you know, things weren't open, that's what got me back into running. And Parkrun was something that was just on your doorstep, going down for a 5K, and I was just seeing improvements, and that's really what led me to get back in touch with my old coach and think, actually, I'm ready to get racing again. So it was really nice to go from running a local parkrun to actually going back to elite running again.
Yeah, now you are back to elite running. There's a lot of training that you have to do on a daily basis, don't you? I mean, just give us a sense of what that involves on your toughest day of training, for example.
Yeah, I mean, every athlete is different, but I'm probably in the gym about 3 hours a week. I probably run about 30 miles a week and probably cycle about 100 miles a week. So, yeah, on an average day, I'd say we train at least twice, if not 3 times a day. And we're also taking a lot of time in between to recover. There are a lot of naps as professional athletes too, because you've got to be back to be performing at your best later that day. So it's been interesting going from doing a 9 to 5 to seeing into the life of an athlete.
Let's talk a bit about that 9 to 5, because you have a job in cybersecurity. You're on a sabbatical, aren't you?
Yes, exactly. So I have a job in tech sales in London, but worked if it was possible if I could take the summer off to just try and aim for the Olympics, and they were really supportive. And yeah, thankfully being able to take that break just meant that I was able to do all of the training, the recovery, all of the extra 1% that you need to be at the top. So I am just enjoying that at the moment, and hopefully that will translate into some good results in a couple of weeks when we get going.
We really, really hope so. I love the fact that you say, you said to your boss, I just need a break for the Olympics. What a position to be in. But, you know, it's not just about all the physical training that you have to do, Georgia. It's about mental endurance, isn't it? Especially when it comes to having that competitive edge on the track. That's really important. How do you stay focused when you're under so much pressure as well?
I think for me, I'm really lucky that I've come from a position where I know what it's like to walk away, so I know how special it is, and for me that means every time I step on the track I want to seize every opportunity and don't take anything for granted. But to be honest, I just absolutely love racing. I love that feeling of when you come out into the stadium and you hear the crowd before you see them when you come through the tunnel. And I think that's what really differentiates the different racers, who is just thriving on that pressure versus crippling under it.
And listen, Georgia, I know you're not quite in the Olympic Village yet, but you must have seen all the footage that's out there of those cardboard beds. And I know Tom Daly's been posting some funny stuff on Instagram, hasn't he? Are you looking forward to the cardboard beds in the Olympic Village?
I'm not looking forward to the cardboard beds. I'm hoping that we'll have a couple of mattress toppers, so it's nice to have a couple of athletes going there first before we come in, so we can know what we need. But I am looking forward to being in the village. You know, it's going to be amazing to be around all of the different athletes and just get that buzz and excitement. And yeah, definitely going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, so I'm really excited.
Georgia, when's your first run?
It will be on the 6th of August is my first heat, and then hopefully if I make it through to the semi and the final, then the 8th and the 10th. So got a couple of days to prepare and do some training, and then yeah, we kick off on the 6th of August.
And I've got to ask you as well, once that final race is finished, it's done, what is the first thing that you're going to do?
I think I will find my family, my friends and everyone in the crowd and just give them a big hug, and depending on how it goes, probably either way on how it goes, we'll probably go and have some champagne in France somewhere, whether it's good or bad.
Of course. Well, while in Paris. Georgia, thank you so much. We wish you the very best of luck. We'll be cheering you on here. Thank you.